Alright, here we got our Cooler Master Ncore 100 Max. Let's unbox it and take a closer look at its designs and features. Right guys, before diving into the details of the case, let's see what this box of accessories has inside. So as we can see here, we have the top cover, the filter, in case you want to install in extended mode. You have to install this one because it's a little bit bigger than the other one. Let me show you the differences. As we can see, this is bigger than this one, which is the default one. Here we have some screws, zip ties. Here we have the power cable. Then here we have some cables for the GPU in case you have a GPU that needs 3 power cables. And here we have some SATA cables in case you want to install some SATA drives. This is for powering the SATA. And here we have the retention for installing the CPU, AMD, and also Intel platforms. Here we have thermal paste also. So you have all the screws for installing all kind of platforms. So here is the case. This is the bronze version. There are 2 versions, 2 colors of this case. One is bronze and the other one is gray, dark gray kind of. On screen now you can see some of the dimension of this case. This case has 2 modes. One is normal and one is extended. So if you want to extend for installing a bigger GPU. The materials of the 2 mesh panels here, which are this one and this one here, are made in aluminum, and we have also the mesh filters inside. So let me spend a few words on the covers here. As we can see, this is a pretty nice design. I do like this kind of design. Here we have the space for the motherboard when you have to connect all the cables and so on. And here we have some filters that you can remove if you want to clean it by just removing this plastic cover here. There are 5 of them in this part here and 6 on the other one. And here on this part there are no filters because this is the part where is the exhaust 120mm fan, so this doesn't need any filter because it's just the exhaust part, while the other part is covered by all this filter here. And also here we have 6 of these plastic tabs to remove and to clean all the filters. So let's open the case and check how everything is inside. So this is a toolless case, so for removing the panels you have just to simply pull it as so. So here we can remove this side of the panels, and the same goes with the other panel here. So the design of this case is vertical, so you can install it vertical. You can try to install it also horizontally, but as you can see we have the feet here, and this is how we design the case, so the case should be installed vertically. Here we can remove also the top filter and having access to the all-in-one. We will get to that in a minute. This case comes with a 120 all-in-one cooler and with a power supply of 850 watts. And here on the bottom we have 3 USB ports, 2 USB Type A and 1 USB Type C, and a combo audio jack. And here there is the power button for turning on and off the system. So let's remove this protection here and check what else we have inside. This is not going to be a build video. This is going to be just an overview and a deep dive on the case itself. For a build video, I will leave the link in the description so you guys can check out the build on this mini-itx case. Alright, by removing this piece of cover here, we can have access to all the cables that are pre-routed here, which I have to say, these are really nice cables that have the exact length. For example, for the PCU part, they have the exact length of where are going to be without being longer than what you need them. So once removed all the protection, here we can have access to the part when you can install the motherboard. And here we have the riser cable, which comes from the other side for the GPU. We will get to that also. So as we can see, we have all the pre-routed and short cables for installing on the motherboard. For example, this one is for the CPU power, which is long enough. Usually the motherboard have the CPU power on this angle here, so you can install it here, and it's not going to be bothering you with all the cable management. This is for the GPU. We will get to that also. And here we have the other cables. Here we have also 120mm fan, which is an exhaust fan. As we can see here, this is a Cooler Master Flow 120, which can help us dissipating a lot of it from this side, because as we can see here on this side we have the power supply, which can generate a little bit of heat, and then this fan is going to help us dissipating all that. And on this part here we have all the ports for the motherboard. When you install the motherboard, we have all the ports here. So moving around on the other side, here we have the part when you can install the GPU. On this case you can install even the beefiest GPUs like the 4090 and so on. So this is the default dimensions for installing the GPU. I'm going to be installing on this case a 4070 Ti. So in this normal mode is going to be okay, but if you want to extend it, you have to lower down this part here, and you're going to be able to install also the beefiest GPU. So, and here we have the only one cooler with a 120mm fan, which have the pump here, which is exactly more or less the cables, and the length is exactly for going here on your CPU, and also the cable management is going to be pretty easy. So let me remove the all-in-one cooler so we can have a closer look to this all-in-one and check some of the details. Alright guys, here we have the all-in-one cooler, which is installed in this bracket here that you have to remove by unscrewing these two little screws here on the case. And then here we have the all-in-one with a 120mm exhaust fan here, and this is a 38mm width of the radiator, which is a S dual chamber, so it's going to help us with dissipating the heat. Maybe it's not going to be 100% efficient with the biggest CPU like the 13900K or 14900K, but anyway, with other CPUs it's going to be more than okay. And here we have the pump. Remember to remove the plastic and the tubes and also the cable for installing the fan and the pump itself. Now if you have a bigger GPU and it's not fitting on this space here, we can adjust it and we can extend it and install it in extended mode by lowering this part here, and also by shifting this fit here from this side here to the other one. So let me show you guys how you can do that. As a first thing, we have to remove this fit here, so we have to unscrew the screw here and the other screw here, so you can remove the fit and then you can adjust the height of this part here. So once we remove the fit, we have to unscrew this screw here and the other one here, so we can shift this part on this wall here, and the other part, there is another one here. I don't know if I'm able to let you see that, which is here. So let's lower this part here. Keep in mind that for lowering this part, the bracket of the GPU, you have to remove the two standoffs that are here by using the provided accessories. And so here we got the GPU bracket on the extended mode, let's say. Keep in mind that when you are on extended mode, you have to use the top here, the extended top, otherwise this is not going to fit properly. Another thing to keep in mind and suggestions is that I suggest you to install first the GPU and then install back the fit. Otherwise you are going to face some difficulties for reaching the screws here when installing the GPU. Another thing guys you have to do for the extended mode, you have to shift this part here on the left. As we can see, we have a screw here, we have to unscrew here and remove and shift this part here on this. There is another hole here, so we have to do this together with moving the fit on the left side. So keep in mind that, otherwise this is not going to be properly installed. We're going to have difficulties on installing the top also. So let's have a look at some other few details. Here we have the front panel cables, the USB 3.0 cable, the USB 3.2 cable, and also here we have the audio front panel, and this is for turning on and turning off the front panel cables, standard front panel cables. And here a nice thing regarding cables is the 90-degree cable for the GPU. This is 450 watt cable, so this is going to be okay for 4070 or 4080 and so on. If you have to install a 4090, maybe you should think installing the 3 cables which are provided accessories box. And here we have also the power cable routed through here, as we can see, and it goes down here, so you can connect the power cable by default. The power switch is on, as we can see here. I don't know, yes, here we got it. Is by default is on, which is a nice thing, so you don't have to be worried about that. So as we can see in this page, you can install an SSD drive if you want to, which is the part below the motherboard area. Overall, the Cooler Master Ncore 100 Max has an excellent design, and it comes in 2 different colors. It has plenty of space and can fit even the beefiest GPUs. The price is around $400, which might seem high, but keep in mind that includes an all-in-one and an 850 watt power supply. Let me know down in the comments what do you think about the price. If you're looking for a well-done mini-itx case, I can highly recommend the Cooler Master Ncore 100 Max. However, keep in mind that the power button and the ports are placed at the very bottom of the case, which might be an issue in some desks or installations. Additionally, reaching the GPU ports may not be that much easy. If you found this video helpful and informative, please hit that subscribe button, like and share the video. Drop a comment and let me know your thoughts about the Cooler Master Ncore 100 Max. Thanks for watching.